you keep doing something like that, you will lose your certificate from the government, so you cannot keep running the business anymore.
哦，旅行中认识了一位日本 Airbnb 达人，抓紧机会进行了一个交流。
今天呢，我们是来一个非常 random 的一集，因为今天我们是出国，然后不小心来到了这个地方叫做 Osaka， 然后遇到我们身边的这个日本当地的朋友。So this episode will be using in English for a little bit of the casual interview session. And 我身边这一位其实就是我 Penang 的 partner， 他是房产小胖胖，然后他的名字叫子涵，子涵可以跟大家打一个招呼。
Hello， 大家好，我是子涵 from Penang。
OK， 所以子涵呢，他其实也是来这个 Osaka， 然后有一个 short trip 啊，然后玩玩这样子。And then 这一位身边的朋友呢，就是他介绍我认识的这一个叫 Taka Zihan。So Taka, why not that you can introduce yourself to our audience? Okay?
Hi, my name is Taka. I live in Osaka and Tokyo, like half and half. I'm in the real estate industry. Also, I operate Airbnb business in Japan.
Because Zihan told me that Taka also one of the YouTuber content creator that having their own channel. So I will tag along the channels, the link under my
The description.
Yeah, the description over there. 你们就知道我是讲华语的频道 ，OK? So anything Zihan will help me translation. Yeah, 所以这个就是他进来我的频道的一个 purpose 啦。Okay. How do you get to know Taka and what is Taka doing? Share a bit. Because Taka is very humble.
Oh, okay. So I get to know Taka about more than 10 years ago, and he was a traveler in Malaysia. So he went to Penang, and we met, I think, in the year of about 2014. Mentioned he is in the real estate business, and currently he is managing more than 400 units in Osaka and also Tokyo. How do you find this business doing so good in terms of profit?
So for the first time, I heard this business from my brother. Like he did the Airbnb business in 2014 or 15, and he found it like it's a good business. And at that time I was working for a company, kind of big company in Japan it's called Rakuten. And while I was in the company, I also started my Airbnb business. The first one went well. I was living in Fukuoka, so I quit my job and moved to Osaka. That's how I started my business in Airbnb.
So Taka, just some random questions. Initially, when you first started this business, how many units were you managing, and within how long in a period of time? Within how long you start to manage more than like 50 units and then to 100 units? How long do you increase, and maybe you can share with us how do you manage with like so many units? You have your own staff or what?
Or any system.
Like I rented my own property for my own business, but it costs some money to rent an apartment and buy things in there. To start my Airbnb business, it costs a lot. After building a few listings in Airbnb, I didn't have any more money, so we started to ask other people, tell other people that about the business, told them to rent apartment for Airbnb, but they don't know how to manage them, so we managed for instead of them. That's how we like increased our units. So some of the units we manage, like how many units and how long, I can't remember. Yeah.
So what is the challenges that normally you will deal with? I mean the owners or maybe like your staff and so forth while you are doing this kind of Airbnb business?
It's not only me myself operating all of the unit, like 400. We have our staff working for us. It used to be easier, like if we just rent some random apartment. And now there's more people joining in this business, so the price is going lower. Yeah, and since we take our operating fee as like 20% from the owners, like we can get that fee, but sometimes the owners don't get more money than paying. That's one of the things I think is difficult. Is gaining profit
But the
while
owner is not able to use that money to pay off the
yeah.
I think what Taka mentioned is actually quite similar to our cases in it happens in KL or maybe Penang.
Because in Penang, 75% of the owners must agree that the whole building can be carried out short-term rental or what we call homestay. If not lesser than 75%, then it cannot be carried out homestay and short-term rental.
So also by voting. But initially I think most of the property they want to do the launching for Airbnb product, then they will have the agreement upfront, right?
For the projects that we are selling mainly for Airbnb purpose, mainly for short-term rental purpose, yes, I would say 100% of our buyers, the main purpose is to buy it for short-term rental purpose.
Purely investment.
Yes, purely investment. There is no any buyer, not even a single buyer that buy it for own stay.
I think even they are buying for own stay also short-term stay. It's like holiday home kind of things. So other than that, then they can also rent it out and then make some money. What?
In another way, yes, but I would say it's lesser than you can imagine, because when we have buyers coming in looking for holiday home, we will never recommend this kind of property, because in the future probably they are going to stay in that home, maybe after retired. So that is not the place that they are going to. So that's the product that we are selling mainly for investors. So Taka used to go to KL and stay in one of the projects, which is mainly for Airbnb purpose. And I think Taka, the size of the unit that you're staying in KL is like totally different from the size that you are managing in Osaka, I guess, because for the size that you're staying in KL is quite small. It's like 300 over square feet. It's very small compared to the one that you are managing in Osaka. Am I right?
Yeah, we have bigger ones and we also have smaller ones. Like we have many. Like the one you're staying in Osaka, it's even smaller, right? It's only like 25 to 30 square meters. Yeah, we have that kind too, and we also have bigger ones.
Okay, Taka, just a quick question. In Osaka, can you run the homestay business, which is Airbnb, together with the place where people reside, which means people stay, like a family staying in the same building? At the same time, can you run the Airbnb business in the same building?
There are like two kinds of buildings in Japan. One is like the whole building, there's one owner. If in that case, you can just mix them, like some unit for Airbnb, others for residential. And if the building is like each unit have different owners, in that case there's a managing company for that building. You need to get allowed by the managing company, yeah, and which is hard to get the permission.
Oh, okay, kind of like Malaysia, but I think the difference is only even if it is a residential title for residents, as long as it is belongs to one owner, it will be much more easier for you to run the business. Yeah, it would be slightly different from us, because for residential title in Malaysia, we are not able to run Airbnb business legally.
What is the interesting part for you to keep continue in this business with so passionate, venture other business and so forth? I believe a lot of other business opportunity, right?
Japan's like losing populations and people getting older. So for Japan, we're gonna have to accept people from overseas, and I think it's gonna be our next main industry in Japan, like tourism industry. Yeah, expecting to have more people from overseas. Yeah, that's why I'm still in this business.
Mainly it's about demand and supply. Because there's the demand, so Taka, you choose to stay in this business due to the demand is quite high for tourists.
This is the only thing I think I can do. Yeah, like other business. I mean, I could try, but yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I've been in this industry for long, so yeah, I kind of feel comfortable. Yeah.
But I heard that there is like what my friends experienced in staying the Airbnb that time. He's saying that after 8 o'clock, we cannot too noisy because of the neighbor. They will make noise or they will complain.
That could happen, but it depends on the people living next to you. Yeah, some people are like some people don't like Airbnb business doing in the same building. That kind of people, yeah, maybe like call police or like come into your room and say something. But most people don't mind. Just like staying in there and talking and watching TV is alright.
I mean, so there is no regulated rules that mention if let's say I want to do Airbnb in a certain condo and so forth, apartment, then we need to follow these rules like after 8 o'clock, then we need to lower down our voice.
There's no specific regulations, but we just have to follow the common sense. When somebody like calls police when it's like too loud or something, the operator always have to be there like 10 minutes or something, or yeah, you have to come to.
Let's say the tenant complain and then the police is there, the operator must be there within 5 minutes.
Yeah, will the management find or the government officers, they will come and look for you and so forth? No. If someone complain and too noisy, too loud.
If you just take care of it like properly, it's alright. But if you have to be there but you won't go there and you keep doing something like that, you will lose your certificate from the government, so you cannot keep running the business anymore.
So I have one last question. So if let's say I want to run this Airbnb business, I need to get the certificate and approval from the government. Oh, what kind of certificate? Or you need to go through what kind of process? Only you can become a licensed Airbnb operator in Japan.
It's a little bit complicated. Like we have 3 kinds of certificate. Like one is for like hotels, like 2 is for Airbnb. One of the 2 for Airbnb, you have to have the license to operate the business, and the other in Airbnb, you don't have to have the license, but you have to have the certificate for the unit. Yeah.
So it's something like approval from that management.
The government.
Both.
Let's say found on any illegal or maybe void the rules and so forth, then the license will be being taken away and we cannot do the Airbnb in future, right? So this is a bit different compared to in Malaysia, right? Okay. It's too complicated. So we need to really look into it. So it won't be explained in this channel. So because we are just have a casual talk and then we are having a chilling session. And I drag him into this interview session and drag him in as well. Okay. So this is a bit out of my surprise. I thought that Japan also everyone can become the operator and maybe doing some little bit of passive income by having their own Airbnb business.
I think to sum up everything, overall the short-term rental business, which is like the Airbnb business in Japan and Malaysia, is quite similar, but the difference is you can carry out this kind of business in residential property as long as most of the owners or them agree to carry out. But in Malaysia, no, you cannot carry out in residential, you can carry out only in commercial items. Yes, and overall I think the operating system and methods are almost the same. And In Malaysia, of course, there is no any requirement on in terms of any certificates or license that we need to apply from the government or any authority. But in Japan, yes, at least 3 certificates you have to apply from the authorities.
To sum up 我今天的这个 session 呢，非常荣幸可以请到 Taka 还有我的朋友梓涵，房产小胖胖。如果还没有关注他的，也可以去关注他一下，然后去 follow 一下他的 Instagram， 然后他也是会有很多content， 还有我们的房产资讯，尤其是 Penang 的，你们就可以 follow 他啦。那下一期的话呢，我们就会有更多的是不一样的，可能是有喝茶的、吃饭的、旅行的 ，OK， 还有包括房地产的知识。所以还没有点击订阅的朋友们，记得赶紧点击订阅，然后并且打开小铃铛，以免错过我们下一期更新。我是 Jenny， 他是
Taka，
他是
房产小胖胖李梓涵。
我们下期见，拜拜。